So I just did something completely terrifying. For the first time in my life, I went and I spoke public comment at the Utah County Commission because things need to be said. Their county is looking at making an agreement with ICE. No. It was honestly terrifying. I got to the meeting a few minutes before it started. I was hoping to get there earlier and got stuck in some traffic, but I ran in before it started and the lobby was packed. The hallway was packed. They would not let anyone else in the room because of fire codes. So we waited and we waited and we waited and got to watch it on the TV screen that was just being streamed outside there. I finally got to get inside and finally spoke after more than 2 hours. I'm not entirely sure what I said. I had some prepared things, but after listening to everybody else and what some of the commissioners had said, and the sheriff who spoke, I was changing some things on the fly, and I'm not entirely sure what all came out, but I arranged a lot of my talking points around things that I hoped that wouldn't have been said a bazillion times, because after hearing people rant about immigration and dehumanization and cages and all of that, which is 100% valid, I just had a feeling the commissioners would be tuning that stuff out. So I wanted to bring up other issues and other questions that maybe they would actually listen to. And as part of that, then the last night when I decided to go, I texted my brother and asked for some advice because he is former police, and he had a lot of fantastic insights, and he actually works with the government right now as well in Utah, and so he has had insights that I would not have necessarily had. So I was able to propose a lot of questions for them, and then I walked out of the building and just about collapsed, and I've had almost nothing to eat today. I think I had a couple of swigs of Mountain Dew and a couple of swallows of a protein shake, and it's 4:30. So I'm running on fumes, and but I just wanted to just hop on here. I think back to when my kids were small, and standing up and going to protests and that kind of thing would have been a harder thing to do because they couldn't have afforded to have their mom get arrested or get hurt or something like that. The stakes are still very high. Of course, our country is on the brink, and but my children are all adults. I'm a grandmother, and I want to be disappeared or anything, but the stakes for me are a little different. I can put my neck out there in a way I probably couldn't have, or it would have been a bigger risk back in the day. So, love you kids. Grandkids. 2, almost 3 grandkids. So, anyway. Just wanted to record this. I had to get back in the car pretty quickly. I was, again, exhausted. The car was really hot after being in the sun for hours, and so I drove to this parking garage where it would be a little cooler. This year is a lot of firsts. I went to my first protest this year, and I'm not done. I can't be done. I can't fight I can't stop fighting. Because my country means a lot, and this where it's headed is not what America stands for. Anyway, get off my soapbox. Gotta get something to eat. And apparently it was being streamed. I didn't know that until my sister texted me. I was like 3 people away from the mic, and she goes, "Hey, I see you in line." I'm like, "Oh crap, this is being streamed." I mean, cameras were there. I figured it might be, but I didn't know if it was just like for the record. And then my husband apparently was watching it too. So hi, thanks for watching, guys. You probably watch it online. I don't know that I'll ever dare, but yeah. Anyway, let's hope they do the right thing. And here's what it looked like as I was waiting outside the room. The whole area was just packed.